Listen, we must discuss something involving Liangelo Ball, G3G Honcho. Listen, him, his father, the big baller, Lavar Ball, they was out there in Jalisco, we all know in Mexico. Liangelo made major head waves when he signed with this team. Obviously, he was coming off the heels of the G League. Lavar worked with him, in the summers. He did a lot with Team BBB, revolutionizing what was going on at the Drew, bringing eyeballs and attention to them that they did not have prior to Gelo and Team BBB just running wild. But I'm here to tell you that they did pull back up. A lot of people thought that Gelo was not going to be back in Mexico. He was not there playing. But when this just showed me something. I remember when Liangelo was departing Mexico, he sat down with the coaching staff, and he said, I believe it was the front office out there for Jalisco. And at the end of basically him leaving, he sat, it was one on, he was basically right next to him and the guy. And he said, listen, shout out to the Astros. And he let it be known that Jalisco will always be home, and it wasn't more evident from what happened just now with him being out there supporting his teammates, his former teammates or teammates. I don't know what's the situation because they haven't formally addressed if Jello would ever be back for the Astros. But bottom line is playoff time right now for D Jalisco, and they were there to support them. Lavar received a lot of love. They are in the grand final right now, and they did lose the first two games. It is a series. Is the Astros versus the Rios, and they lost back-to-back games, so they are down in that series 0-2. Their backs are against the wall, so we're gonna find out what they're gonna do. I loved what I seen when I seen Lavar and all of them out there because they're showing me that, and also Jalisco said I was reading because everything's in Spanish, so I have to translate these things, and some of the captions that was said from the team said that the Ball family will always be welcomed here, so they clearly understand, the totality of having LeVar Ball, having Liangelo, not only around, but I'm pretty sure it's some business that's being discussed. LeVar Ball didn't just fly out to Mexico for nothing, but we do understand that is like I said, it's a big business, and I love the support. They supported him, and a lot of people tried to throw these things out, and I monitored the whole situation all throughout, because I was trying to figure out, okay, what's going on. I noticed how Jello still was following everybody. Everybody was still following him on social media, so that let me know he's still a part of this thing. And I liked how I seen him not only courtside at the game, getting his jersey, getting represented in front of the crowd, but talking, engaging with his teammates. I seen him talking to McKinley and some of the guys. That's what I wanted to see. I would have loved for Jello to possibly go out there and lead them to the championship. Because prior, I was trying to emphasize to everybody that the Astros was a competitive basketball team prior to Jello signing on with them. They won championships. They was knocking at the door year in and year out. So I wanted to see Jello how he was going to fit with a team and a system that prioritized winning. We had my man Mike Reckless in the building. Shout out my man Michael Bryson. Y'all make sure y'all go follow him on social media. That man is going ballistic out there for the Astros still to this day. We had him on a one-on-one. He discussed, what life was like out there, the contracts, the difference between the G League, the Astros. He let it be known how a lot of people who played in the G League are coming over to Mexico. He played for the Delaware Blue Coats, for the Mad Ants and a couple of other teams as well. So I kind of seen some of the parallels on how Jello reached the destination he was at. So I was kind of optimistic. I don't know what's going on with Liangelo. I because I do know for a fact, because I haven't, I'm not out there trying to jump around like I know everything and stuff like that. I'm just here to tell you that um Liangelo said on his podcast that he has intentions on playing for the pardon me, the G League. I must have said D League. He plans on going to the G League, hopefully. And the team that he's targeting is, pardon me, the Lakers. G League team, the G League affiliate. So let's see if all of these dots could get connected. We don't know what's going on with Lonzo in Chicago, because I was gonna say he get down there with them, with their G League team. But one thing I'm excited for is he's not going back to Greensboro, where we kind of know what's awaiting him there. I want to see him independent from his brothers in the G League, where it's not, oh, he's on the Bulls G League because of Lonzo, or vice versa with the Hornets, or wherever Lonzo decides to go. But nonetheless, man, shout out to the Astros, for and I want to say one last thing in closing. Who's to say that Gelo don't always have a spot there if he wants to be there? That's what I'm saying. A lot of people want to speculate what's going on with Gelo, about his options, about what he's going to be doing next, and this, and that, not realizing I'm pretty sure there's an abundance of opportunities for Liangelo. Is about picking his best option. You understand? And also weighing his options. If Gelo could get to the G League, and get recognized and seen by them scouts, that helps him get to his ultimate goal faster. Worst come to worst, he can go back to the Astros, and play with these guys that he's already familiar with. He understands the system. At this point, I'm not ruling nothing out, because a lot of people thought that Gelo left. And mind you, we listening to the podcast, we haven't heard anything that was addressed what happened with Mexico. All we heard was he was leaving, with an injury. He thought it would be in his best interest to rehab. And this came from Big Baller Brand as well. It was his best interest to rehab in the United States. Gelo has said on record he's feeling a lot better. He's hooping, and that's what I'm saying. The intensity, the swagger, all that is there. So that's that. I just want to know, is the Astros an option? If things don't go as planned. So I'm going to be monitoring that situation. Bottom line is Gelo will rise once again. He had to get over some injury issues and get healthy, but it's about that time. And Gelo usually take over the summers, if you don't know. So I'm just awaiting the dominoes to fall. That's all. It's Flight Sports TV. You already know what it is. Peace and love. Shout out to the Astros. Good luck. It's not over. You down 0-2. Y'all can figure it out. There's a lot of talent on that roster. I was evaluating it. A great city. Listen, man, Mexico y'all should be proud to have them. It's Flight